Do American children really swear allegiance to the American flag? In Texas they have us swear to the American flag and the Texas flag. Two separate swears. We say the Pledge of Allegiance in schools, but nobody I went to school with put much thought into the words. We just repeated it by rote. Kids do have the constitutional right to sit and be quiet instead of participating. Yes. Went with my high school to the US to see our pen pals. Honestly, great way to create bonds across oceans. Still friends with them a decade later. Followed my pen pal to high school and was quite embarrassed because it's not something we do in Europe, and I didn't want to be disrespectful. They had their hands on the chest and I felt it was weird, hypocritical if I did so, but I felt it was disrespectful to stay in my seat, so I just stood up and waited. I am in Asia and I used to go to an American school. The American kids did their pledge after our national anthem and pledge. When I went to uni, I noticed that they only played our anthem during ceremonies and there were no pledges. Yes. Every single morning without fail. I'm reading in this thread that it's not legally required. But when I was a kid, in the 80s and 90s, you'd get in big trouble if you tried not to say it. I mean big trouble by kid standards, of course. Yelled at by the teacher and sent to the principal's office, for example. Once we had a substitute teacher who was an old veteran and he became absolutely enraged when a kid in the class tried to sit out the pledge. Yeah, it's culty. Even more weird that the "under God" bit was added way later. I remember being in elementary school and watching a news program like 60 Minutes, and there was a girl who got in trouble because she didn't want to say the "under God" part of the pledge. Some schools even sing the national anthem right after saying the pledge. No. You pledge allegiance. I stopped in high school. You get weird looks in southern schools sometimes as a result. Even from the teachers. Even creepier was the Bellamy salute that was supposed to be done while pledging allegiance. Conservatives would be aghast to learn that Bellamy, who wrote the pledge, was a socialist, and even though he was a minister's son, he did not include the "under God" that was inserted during the Red Scare years. They say it. They don't mean it. Yes, and in hindsight it was pretty culty. Yep. It's incredibly culty, and it's just one step to indoctrinating us all into a life of compliance and following orders. It is culty. Even if they don't force you. It is. You would be punished if you did not both stand and hold your hand over your heart while saying it every morning. It depends on the school, of course. Some don't enforce it as much as others. I went to a lot of schools and it was generally phased out by high school. Ages 14 to 18. Almost every school has the kids younger than that pledge every morning first thing. I haven't seen anyone post the actual pledge. So here it is for the people across borders. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Every morning from age 5 to 18 in school, across the country, we would stand during the announcements, place our right hand over our heart, and recite in unison, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." I remember our elementary school principal tore us a new one. I think grade 5? Because a few students in my class replaced some of the words with nonsensical ones. She screamed at us, took away recess for a week, and wrote a letter to all of our parents about respecting the flag and our founding fathers. It was started to push flag sales. Nothing more America than that. Most but not all. Yes. But it's not expected to mean anything. The kids don't pay attention to the words. I didn't put any thought into parsing them until I was in my teens. It's certainly not supposed to be binding or anything. It's just tradition for tradition's sake. Dumb. But I've yet to meet someone who thinks it should be taken seriously as a real pledge. Don't get me wrong. It's weird. But it's not really thought of as anything other than just the routine. It is cult-why. But don't say that out loud amongst conservatives. It's ironic. Many conservatives complain about public schools indoctrinating students. Yet they don't ever mention the Pledge of Allegiance as indoctrination.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.